and today I would like to demonstrate how to install our SwiftLock quick-release rings on the rifle. First and foremost, we will be installing a new scope on my Remington 700 rifle, and I shoot this rifle mainly in the prone position. First step would be to select the proper size of the rings, and for my head position in the prone, I prefer to use low rings. You need to refer to our separate video on ring selection for your particular shooting position. So I'm using SwiftLock quick release rings in low modification, so 25mm rings, to install this scope. Have a look at what we need to install them. Let's start. First and foremost, always check that the rifle is safe to handle. I will completely remove the bolt, and I will check that the chamber is clear and the rifle is safe. Next, I will take my rings and place them loosely in the position where I want them to be on the rail. I'm placing the rings as far away from each other as possible, as wide on the rail as possible. Actually, I will move this one notch forward, here. Also check that this width is working with the scope you're using. Yep. Next thing to check is the eye relief. It is an appropriate eye relief for my shooting position, so I'm happy with this. This is where I will mount my rings. Next, I will check the tension of the main screws. At the moment they are a little bit loose, so I need to adjust the tension by rotating this nut. I'm depressing the limiting pin and rotating the nut a couple of notches tighter. Let's see how it sits. We are trying to achieve a good finger-tight fit of the ring. Because we are using quite a long lever here, leverage produces a lot of clamping force. Do not over-tighten the screw. Over-tightening the screw actually makes precision of returning to zero much worse. Now I'm quite happy. It is producing quite a bit of resistance, but it's not horribly difficult to close down the lever. I will do the same on the other ring. Tighten it a couple of notches from where I was before, and check how it feels when installed on the rail. I need another notch or two. Let's check this one. A good finger-tight fit without over-tightening. We found that if we put too much tension, the precision of mounting actually gets worse. This is perfect when you have finger-tight fit. And always check that the tension is approximately the same on both mounts. Next, you need to place the scope on the rifle. So, mounting the scope. As usual, you want to check that the rifle is level. Place the scope in preferred position for eye relief, somewhere here for me. Check that the scope is level as well. And then you can clamp the scope down with upper half rings. First of all, tighten the screws very loosely, without putting any tension onto them, just to hold it loosely in place. Okay, I fitted all the screws loosely. They are holding half rings together, but they are not applying any tension. Now I'm checking that the gap between the rings is about equal on both sides, and I will start tightening them to between 2 and 3 Newton meters, and my torque screwdriver is currently set at 2.5 Newton meters, right in the middle. So I will start tightening the screws, not all the way, but little by little, in a zigzag motion, across and over, across and over. And do tighten in several steps. Don't go full way down with the first screw and then the second screw. Try to apply equal torque to all of them sequentially. A little bit more, and a little bit more, and a little bit more here, and a little bit more there. Now I'm ready to take them to the full torque. Let's do the other ring. Tightened all the screws. Now let's make sure that we are happy with the whole setup. The release works. I'm putting them back in the same position. Always push the scope forward against the recoil leg. Tighten the first one, tighten the second one, always in the same sequence. Sits all right. So, final touch. To avoid metal on metal grabbing and improving the contact, I will put a touch of lube on the underside of the rings. And spread it around. I remember the position where I place my rings usually, checking the tightness of the fit, front one first in this case, rear one second, about the same tension, handles away, and my scope is ready. Time to go and zero it. So we've seen how easy it is to install our quick release mounts. SwiftLock design allows easy operation in the field, no need to fiddle with little levers. Nice and convenient, you can swap around between your thermal, digital or daytime scope at any time you need. It always returns within a click of your true zero. And handles are easy to operate even in gloves in winter.